The topic for today's discussion is techniques to improve memory. How to improve memory, those techniques I am giving now. Okay, this is very important lecture. Among all the soft skills I have given so far 135 soft skills episodes. 135. Among all these soft skills episodes, this is the most important, very important episode on soft skills. That is how to improve memory. Techniques to improve memory. What are the techniques you need to use to improve memory? Okay? All human beings have been gifted with an amazingly powerful brain. Powerful brain. All people have powerful brain. This brain is made of same material in all persons. Material is the same for the brain. In all persons, brain is made of same material. When the brain is made of same material in all persons, why results are not same? What is the reason? I am going to give that sole reason. I am going to give that sole reason in this episode. Why some people are getting 100% marks? Why some people 40% marks? What is the reason? When the brain is made of with the same material in all the persons, then why? What is the different? Why? What is the difference in results? That I want to say, I want to emphasize in this lecture. Okay? Those who do brain exercises can only improve their memory. What you have to do? You have to do brain exercises. Then only you can improve your memory. Brain governs most of our actions and thinking. Most of our actions and thinking are governed by brain. Brain only governs. Body has no value at all. If brain doesn't work, he is a madcap. He is a crack man. He is a lunatic. Brain, that is a powerful instrument in the human structure. Brain. It is like the remote control of, it is like the remote control or master controller in human structure. Brain is considered as master controller in human structure. Remote control. So that is why we have to use brain only for any success, not the body. If your body is good, looking good, your 6-pack, 8-pack, a girl may fall in love with you. But brain handles all the traffic of information. Whatever the traffic you send, brain sifts it. Brain is bombarded with information which is relayed through all our senses. Brain is bombarded with all information. That information is relayed by all our senses. I already told you, brain handles all the traffic of information. The brain sifts out unimportant bits and selects the important matters that need to be stored. If you train your brain in such a way that only important matters keep in brain and unimportant ones just leave like that, brain need not store the unimportant things. That you need to understand. As a human being or as a super student, memory is the one of the facets of the multifarious functions of the brain. Brain does multifarious functions. Memory is one of them. Memory is the one of the functions of the brain among the multifarious functions performed by brain. So what we have established now? What we have established? Memory is one of the facets of brain functions that we have established. The human brain is a complex organ. It's a complex organ. It has billions of brain cells. What they do? They analyze information, they store information, and whenever we need the information, those cells retrieve the information. Then we can speak. The brain is 2% of the total body weight. It uses up to 30% of oxygen used by the entire body when it is at rest. Brain uses 20%, not 30%. Brain uses 20% of oxygen when it is at rest. You got the point? The brain is 2% of the total body weight. It uses about 20% of oxygen used by the entire body when it is at rest. Brain stores each memory in a different slots. In brain also there are slots. In different slots it stores information. That is about the brain. Okay. Students, memory is the power of the brain to recall any information that has been stored in it. Memory is the power of the brain to recall any information that has been stored in it. In the brain, whatever memory is stored, that can be retrieved at any point of time whenever you want. Memory is important. If there is no memory, there should be no learning. If there is no memory, there would be no memory, no learning. Okay. If no memory, we will forget things, learning them. If there is no memory, there would be no learning at all. Your recall system makes your memory good or bad. Your memory is good or bad, only your recall system, your remembering system can say memory is bad or good. If you train your brain properly, your recall system would be different. Your recall system would be efficient. That is why you have to train your brain properly. Remembering is a process like talking, eating, etc. Anyone can hone up, increase. Hone up means increase memory by training the brain. Okay. This one lecture will take you to heights. That is why this episode throughout 2-3 times you listen, so that you can become IAS officer, IPS officer, Group 1 officer, any post you can have, you can get. It is highly useful for the service, for the interviews, etc. Psychologists classified stages of memory process into 3. 3 stages of memory process. Number 1, sensory memory. What is the sensory memory? Let us see. It is a fleeting type of memory. For instance, if you are looking at a bird, you would remember it as long as it is in front of you. The moment it flies away, you would not be able to remember what it would look like unless you have filled the information into your short-term memory. Sensory memory is over. Number 2, short-term memory. It can help you, short-term memory can help you record for a little longer, as long as you keep thinking of it. Otherwise, it will be erased within a span of 25 seconds. To remember, the brain has to transfer it into the long-term memory slot. Sensory memory to short-term memory to long-term memory. brain will do these functions. Number 3, long-term memory. Long-term memory is the mainstay of the memory system. It is the mainstay of the memory system and can hold unlimited amount of information. It is like a huge hard disk of a supercomputer where unlimited information can be stored for a lifetime. This memory we have to hone, increase, polish and activate by doing the brain exercises. You have to learn the memory storage tricks. Sensory memory is like the ice cream kept outside. Short-term memory is like the ice cream kept in the fridge. Long-term memory is like the ice cream kept in the deep freezer. I think you got the point now. You have to transfer all information into the long-term memory shelf of your brain. You need to transfer all the information into the long-term memory shelf of the brain so that the information remains embedded in your brain and your memory improves. Memory is to be retrieved on demand. Whenever you want, you can retrieve memory. On demand, you can retrieve memory. The student has to recall what is taught during examinations. When writing examinations, what was taught in the classroom, the student has to remember, retrieve, recall. That's what memory is. The homemaker imagines the euphoria of remembering all details of household expenses. Euphoria means pleasure. Euphoria means pleasure, happiness. Homemaker imagines the euphoria of remembering all details of household expenses, bills, shopping lists, etc. Okay. The businessman should have all the facts of his business on his fingertips. Memory affects every human being in his life. Memory influences every human being in his life. Some people memorize entire book at a single reading, like Swami Vivekananda. One day, Vivekananda waiting for a friend in a room. During the period of waiting, he began reading a book which has been lying there. 10 minutes later, when the friend appeared, Vivekananda read the book because it was a very good one. Vivekananda replied that he could quote facts from the book verbatim. Verbatim means what he read there, same he reproduced. The friend was amazed at Vivekananda's prowess. Vivekananda's power, the friend amazed, surprised at his power. Vivekananda possessed a photographic memory. By this story, we understand that the mind has endless capacity. But common people forget 25% within 30 minutes and 75% within 7 days. What is the common man is doing this, the common person. If everyone does the brain exercises, everyone will have the same quality of the brain. Because brain is made of same material, result also will be same. Why? Some people are not doing brain exercises. People have to do brain exercises in max mental gymnasium. In the mind gym, you need to do 12 brain exercises. Then only you will be powerful in life. Brain is very important in human mind. In the human structure, brain is very important, not in the mind. Okay. People remember the old happenings, but sometimes the most రిటెంట్లేదు. రీసెంట్ హ్యాపెనింగ్స్ don't pop up so easily in their brains. We can remember specific instances when someone insulted us. We can remember specific instances when someone insulted us. Okay. We can easily remember these incidents because we want to remember them. These are some examples of super recall. I have given you the examples why for super recall. We recall selectively. We are capable of remembering things if you make adequate efforts to remember them. I feel all people have a powerful memory. An average human being loses up to 1 lakh brain cells every day due to disuse. Disuse means unused. If a brain is not used, average human being is losing 1 lakh brain cells every day. That is why don't put brain to rest. Put brain to risk. Put brain to thinking. Otherwise, 1 lakh brain cells every day, they will just go if the brain is in disuse, unused. Like body cells, brain cells don't multiply. Got it? Cells that are not used or damaged will degenerate. Body cells may relive, but brain cells, they will be degenerated forever. That is why use brain always, every moment use the brain. By the age of 35, a human being loses over 1000 nerve cells a day. The lesser a person uses his brain, the worse is his memory. The lesser brain is used, worse is the memory. That is why I suggest you don't opt for habitual solutions, but go for purposeful thoughts. Remember, fitness of mind is as important as that of the body. Brain and body you need to put in right condition. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Brain and body you need to put in the right condition. Use both parts. In the human structure I told you, I told you 2 parts, brain and body, B square. Use body and brain also for your success. Okay, right? Here I would like to go to one former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. His name is Nara Chandrababu Naidu. The power of his mind can be extended to a limitless extent. How you know? He used to recall the mandal presidents and district level workers by name. Whenever he faces them, he calls his district level workers, mandala presidents by name. That is the power of his brain. He was the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Nara Chandrababu Naidu. He could remember names of all the party workers. His party in Andhra Pradesh, Telugu Desam. He could remember names of all the party workers. In the same way, a teacher knows names of all her students in the class. We retain the ones that are useful in our memory system. We have to concentrate on developing selective type of memory. Intensive memory training will produce great improvement in memory. Training does not develop the general faculty of the memory, but simply increases the particular kind of memory that is practiced. So, You have to choose the kind of remembering on which you want to concentrate. We stack clothes in the cupboard which you want to concentrate. What we have to do? We have to concentrate on developing selective type of memory. Intensive memory training will produce great improvement in memory. Training does not help the general faculty of the memory, but simply increases the particular kind of memory that is practiced. So, you have to choose the kind of remembering on which you want to concentrate. We stack clothes in the cupboard. We will take a specific dress when we want to wear for a special party in the evening. We spend a whole lot of time searching for the specific dress amidst the chaotic clutter. Similarly, the mind, which is heaped with a whole lot of irrelevant and useless information, takes time to dredge up the necessary information. Sometimes it even fails to retrieve the useful stuff. That is why I recommend you unclutter your mind, keep the positive information and junk the negative information. Dredge up means to start talking again, to start doing again. Dredge up means to start doing again. Dredge up. Some people, for example, my cameraman, he always browses his mobile, when shooting. That means concentration, lack of concentration, no? When you are doing some job, you have to concentrate on that. He always browses his mobile number. My mobile number I kept inside. Even the ring comes, I can't. Even the message comes, I can't. Okay. But his phone in his hand only. Without phone he can't survive. He can't live. He wants phone, that's all. When somebody comes, sir, your man died. Your friend died. He will say, no, I won't go there. I want my phone only. This is the way how people are addicted to mobile phone. Srinu, he keeps his phone ringing. That means no concentration on the job. So here my boy, office boy, Srinu, he keeps his phone ringing. That means he has no interest in doing the job. Such people better to die, including me also, if I do that. That means concentration is very important in life. I have given live examples of Srinu, Kishore. Why I have given live examples? I have seen them while shooting this video. They were working on the phone, on mobile phone, which is not at all correct. I told them 2 lakh times, don't do that. Even then also, they do it because they are addicted to phone. Never get addicted to mobile phone or to any gadget. Never. Concentrate on the work you are doing. Shooting going on, stick to shooting. No mobile phone, nothing, no message, nothing. Reading, stick to reading. Nothing is required then. Driving the car, concentration on driving. Nothing other things. Whatever job you are doing, the same job you have to concentrate. Once shooting part is over, take your mobile, give replies, messages, replies you give to people, friends, family members, and you can make a fine telephone call and speak to them finally. That is the way how people should be. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen? As a speaker, I lose my concentration. When a cameraman is looking at the phone, mobile phone, I lose concentration. So, what I say, For any job, for anything, you need to have the concentration on the job. 1 hour, 2 hours, 10 hours, you are doing the job. Concentration is very much important. Very much important. Those people who are not addicted to mobile phone, they will be winners in life. I dare say this sentence. Okay? Right? Why do you forget your cell phone number? Or your PAN card number? Or any other number? Why do you forget? What is the reason? Your passport number, your insurance policy number, your PAN card number, you forget. Why? Of course, mobile number people can remember. Why you forget these numbers? Why can't you recall your insurance policy number? Why do you forget? Because they are not used every day. They are not for everyday use. The reason for most of the annoying instances of forgetting is that you don't make trouble to connect new information with some fact you already know. Whatever fact you already know, new information you need to connect with it so that you don't forget. Isolated facts drop out of mind quickly. Facts connected, they will remain in the brain. Isolated facts, they drop out of mind quickly. Connected facts will be retrieved in the brain for some time. The power of association is the beginning of all learning processes. Power of association. You need to link, you need to associate anything, facts, whatever, so that what will happen, then you can remove, not remove, you can retrieve. That is the learning process. Power of association is the beginning of all learning processes. Association is making mental hook from which you may fish out facts from your mind. Whenever you require them, got it? What I told? Power of association is the beginning of all learning processes. Association is making a mental hook from which you may fish out facts from your mind whenever you require them. Certain keywords are the mental hooks in your filing system. Certain keywords. By this talk that associate and organize, you will have good memory. Okay? The natural laws of remembering are 3 types. 3 types. Natural laws of remembering. There are 3 laws to remember. So now what I say, the average person's brain doesn't observe 1,000th part of what the eye observes. If you introduce 3 of your friends to an average person, after 2 minutes, he cannot recall name of the single one of them because he never paid attention to them and he never accurately observed them. He says he has poor memory. I don't believe. I believe he has a poor observation. For this I say, always remember the word accuracy while observing anything. That average person should precisely inquire how those persons' names are spelled. Then you will have got clear, accurate impression. The average man does not use above 10% of his actual inherited capacity of his memory. He wastes the 90% by violating the natural laws of remember. For public speaking, Be it a social conversation or business session, you need to have long memory, strong memory. If you are an average person, use the natural laws of remembering for your memory improvement. The students have to read aloud everything they wish to remember. When the students read aloud, two senses catch the idea. First, eye sees and reads. Next, ear hears it, listens it. So that remembering will be better. We are visual minded. Every impression sticks with us only. Every impression. Eye impressions stick. We can remember a person's face, though we cannot recall his name. The nerves that lead from the eye to the brain are 25 times as large as those leading from the ear to the brain. What we got now? The nerves that lead from the eye to the brain are 25 times as large as those leading from the ear to the brain. One time seeing is worth 1,000 times hearing. One time seeing is worth 1,000 times hearing, listening. Always speak without notes. Don't keep any notes in your public speaking. While speaking, you have to remember the points by pictures. Yelling is a common feature in meetings. So now my office boy Srinu is yelling. He is yelling. Yelling is a common feature in meetings. For remembering, turn the numbers into pictures and combine the pictures of the numbers with the pictures of the points. Number 1 sounds like run. So make a race horse stands for 1. Make a race horse stands for 1. Picture your friend Hari astrides a race horse. Astride means putting one leg that side, one leg this side on the horse or on the bike. That's called astride, astriding. Picture your friend Hari astrides. Astrides means putting one leg that side, one leg this side on the horse. For 2, take similar sounding word like zoo, 2, zoo. For 3, take tree, 3, tree. For 4, take door, 4, door. Like that, take the peg words. These are called peg words. 1, run, 1, bun, 2, shoe, 3, tree, 4, door, 5, hive. These are called peg words. Like that, take the peg words. If you spend 1 hour memorizing these picture numerals, you will then be able to repeat them in their exact order and to skip about at a random, announcing which object was called to you 8, which is 14th, which is 3rd, and so on. Try the test I give you here. The picture numbers are given here. I am giving some picture numbers. The peg words, picture numbers, you have to picturize in such a way. This is called memory. Okay. 1, run. Visualize a race horse. Visualize a race horse. 2, zoo. See the bear in the zoo. 3, tree. Picture the 3rd object lying on the top of the tree. Lying on the top of the tree. 4, door. 5, hive, 6, sticks, 7, heaven, 8, gate, 9, wine, 10, den. 11, a football 11 rushing madly across the field. Like that you have to. Okay. 12, shelf. 13, hurting. See the blood spurting out of a wound and reddening. 14, courting. A couple are sitting on something and making love courting. 15, lifting. A strong man is lifting something high above his head. 15, lifting. Peg words, you take the numbers, how the numbers sound, like that take the peg words and develop a fictional story so that all the objects that you need to remember, you can remember without a piece of paper. That human brain is highly powerful. Train your brain in such a way so that you can win. Shivkera says, you can win. Yes, you can win. Provided you need to do brain exercises. 16, licking. 17, leveling. 18, waiting. 19, pining. Pining means declining. 20, plenty. 20, plenty. See, these are the peg words. Peg words you need to remember. Like numbers, they should sound similar. They are the peg words. This is the way how fictitiously you have to develop your memory. You can remember things. If you wish to try this test, spend a few minutes memorizing these picture numbers. Memorizing these picture numbers. If you want, make pictures of your own. For example, for 10, think of pen or hen. Similar sounding. Or anything that sounds like 10. Suppose that the 10th object recalled to you is a windmill. See the hen sitting on the windmill, or see it pumping ink to fill the fountain pen. When you are asked what was the 10th object called, don't think of 10 at all, but merely ask yourself, where was the hen sitting? You will find it entertaining, if nothing else. You can memorize a book by reciting it several times. Students studying 10th class in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, memorize English essays and recall them in the examinations.
Okay, sir.
Correct? Number 2, repetition. The second natural law of remembering is repetition. You can memorize almost endless amount of material if you repeat it often. Mere mechanical blinding over a thing by rote is not enough. Repetition is to be done in accordance with well-established traits of the mind. Repetition is to be done at judicious intervals. During intervals between repetitions, your subconscious mind is busy making the associations more secure. Before you go to any conference to make a speech, look over the data, think over the facts, and refresh your memory. Okay. Number 3, association. Repetition is over, no? Now coming to number 3, association. Third natural law of remembering is association. Association we have earlier discussed. We came to know something about association. It is the indispensable element in recalling. Our mind is essentially an associating machine. The law of association governs all the traits of our thinking. Forming of associations with facts is easy to remember. You have to link the facts together. Okay. Dates can be best retained by connecting them with the important dates already firmly established in the mind. You can remember points of your thought by means of association with something already in the mind. Sometimes there will be a complete breakdown during the speech. To come out of that terrifying situation, you have to talk something relevant or irrelevant to buy time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
When a speaker suddenly finds his mind a blank and staring at his hearers completely balked means resisted. You have to manage the audience with your own talent. When you forget the next point in the speech, take 10 seconds of grace and continue speaking. The best lifesaver in such a mental hurricane is using an anecdote. Put out an anecdote so that you can buy time. When there is no vision, the people perish. Solomon said this. When there is no vision, people perish. Solomon said this. This please try to understand. Please bear in mind. In this episode, I have pointed out methods of getting vivid impression, repetition, and tying facts together. Tying facts together. Memory is essentially a matter of association. Our memory can be improved by special systems of associated things. If you apply the principles I narrated in this episode, you can improve your memory. An average person doesn't use 10% of his actual inherited capacity of mind for memory. Even 10% is not using the average person. 90% capacity of the mind is just wasted. That is why concentrate on things for good memory. When shooting is going on, don't concentrate on mobile phone. Concentrate on camera. Concentrate on things for good memory. Observe closely. Observe closely. Get an accurate impression. Be sure to get eye impressions. Repetition helps a lot. Association of ideas will also help a lot. So far, I have given you 3 methods for memory improvement. Now, I give you 3 more techniques for memory improvement, but they also depend on the methods already given. The techniques given above and the techniques I am giving, they are interlinked. interlinked. The techniques I am giving now, these are a bit different, already discussed. These techniques are a bit different from the three we have discussed so far. Man has realized the importance of having a good memory. Now, whenever I speak man, please understand it includes women also. The other three methods to improve are the ones I tell you now. For memory improvement, three methods I have given now. I am giving three more methods which are similar but different from the methods already discussed. Number one, mnemonics. Mnemonics means study and development of systems for improving memory. Mnemonics is a method used for efficient memory which was devised by Greeks long time ago. There are many methods for improving memory, I already told you. But some of them could not prove their efficacy. There are no quick fix methods available for memory improvement. These memory improvement methods which I am discussing now, I am telling now, have to be practiced with sincerity and regularity in order to apply them effectively. These methods you need to be practiced sincerely and regularly in order to apply them effectively. Don't expect overnight results from memory improvement methods. Early Greek orators delivered long speeches with great accuracy because they learned the speeches with the mnemonics system. Mnemonics is just like association of ideas or associative process as discussed in my earlier episode. This works by linking things together. For example, think of a loose jacket. The moment the brain registers the word loose jacket, it recalls the shape, color, taste and smell of the fruit. All these things are associated with the word loose jacket. Any thought, action, whatever can trigger another associated memory. These associations don't have to be logical. They can be completely absurd. Absurd. In fact, the more absurd the association, the better the recall. There are three principles underlying the use of mnemonics. These three principles we learn now. Principles or techniques, whatever, we learn now. Number one, association. Already discussed. Again we are discussing association. So, associations, how they are. How to associate with ideas. Association is the method by which you link a thing to be remembered with something personal. With something personal. Things can be associated by being placed on top of the associated object. Things can be associated by being placed on top of the associated object, by crashing into each other, by merging together, by wrapping around each other, by rotating around each other, and by having the same color, smell or shape. An associated image is the image that visualize and connect with the item you are trying to remember. You can remember any new information if you associate it to something you already know. All of us use this principle of association subconsciously. The shape of Italy is like a boot. The shape of Italy is like a boot. If you are asked the shape of other countries, just remember Italy because you know its shape. The students are told to think of Vibgyor in order to help remember the color of the rainbow. To remember the sequence of solving math equations, we use BODMAS. BODMAS is bracket of divide, multiply, add, subtract. Rule. Number 2, imagination. Imagination is used to create the links and association needed to create effective memory techniques. The more strongly you imagine and visualize a situation, the more effectively it will stick in our mind for recalling later. Okay. Number 3, location. Number 1, association. Number 2, imagination. Number 3, location. Location provides context and texture to your mnemonics and prevents them from being confused with the similar mnemonics. When you are creating a mnemonic, that is an image or story, to remember a telephone number, use the things I tell you now to make the mnemonic more memorable. Number 1, use positive, pleasant images. Number 2, exaggerate the size of important parts of the image. Number 3, use humor. Number 4, symbols like red traffic lights, pointing fingers can be used in mnemonics. Number 5, use all the senses to code information. Use all the senses to code information. Your mnemonic can contain sounds, smells, taste, touch, feelings, and pictures. You understand that association, imagination, and location are keys to successful mnemonics. So far, we have learned about the remembering technique, recalling technique called mnemonics. Number 2, link system. What is number 2? Link system. Okay? The link method is one of the easiest mnemonic techniques. It is also one of the easiest mnemonic techniques. It is a permanent memory method and easy to master. It links by making associations between things in a list like a story. In association of ideas, you form links of items which have no logical connection. What is that? Logical connection. Once you master the basic techniques of linking objects, it will be fairly easy to link 30, 40, and there will be no limit to number of items you can link this way. There are 2 approaches for the link method. The pure linking or the story method. One is the pure linking or the story method. In the practicals, we come to know the pure linking method. The story method helps to remember a list of objects, however long, in a certain order, and you will be able to recall them in the same order or even reverse order. It is then by inventing a story to link each object in the list to the next object in the form of a chain. Practical 1. Link the objects I speak now. Book, scissors, cat, butterfly, check, horse, sausage, mirror, videotape, flower pot, microwave, tree, garden hose, joystick. These are the objects you need to link now. This is practical 1. Sausage means meat product. Hollow means empty. To remember the list in correct order requires a plan of action. They can be linked together. For linking, I made up the story. I am narrating now. I have made up a story. I am narrating it now for linking how these objects can be linked. Okay? Right? I was reading an interesting book in bed last night. It was a magic trick book because the pages had been hollowed out to contain a pair of scissors. Hollowed means emptied. The pair of scissors had a mind of its own because it was chasing a long-haired cat to give it a trim. The cat was pawing. Pawing means pulling, walking at a butterfly which had peculiar wings made out of a large check. Check is bank check. As I watched, the check floated down and rested across a horse. The horse was enjoying eating large shiny sausage. The sausage was shining like a mirror. The mirror was in the shape of those copyright protection holograms you get on videotape. It was a large videotape because one of the spool is magnetic tape. Spool is magnetic tape. It was a large videotape because one of the spools supported a flower pot and it was spinning wildly. The flower pot was rather cold, so I put it in the microwave to heat it up. As I opened the door of the microwave, it became a door in the bottom of a tree, like you see in cartoons. The tree had some special branches in the form of a garden hose to keep itself watered. The hose had become not yet one end. It had got itself into a tangle playing games with a joystick. It is a nonsensical story, but perfect to recall all the objects listed above. I told you now. Link system, though unreliable but useful to remember the sequences of the events in a story. Okay. Practical 2. Now I will give 15 items. Memorize the shopping list of 15 items. Now I am telling these 15 items now. Mutton, pumpkin, detergent powder, chocolates, milk, tomato, sauce, shampoo, green peas, pastry, car polish, newspaper, bread loaf, tea bag, soap and eggs. 15 items I have given now. Now you have to develop a story and you have to remember them in order, in mist, at the end, from beginning, from end, whatever you have to do. So you have to develop a story. Right? Now use the link method to memorize the list of items in sequence. The first object in the list is mutton. You have to associate it to the subject of your link. In this case, the supermarket. In this case, what is the subject? Supermarket. Picture yourself opening the supermarket door and you found mutton in the fridge. Then you will remember the first item on your shopping list, that is mutton. The second item is pumpkin. Now form a ridiculous association between mutton and pumpkin. Feel the pumpkin pieces like mutton pieces in your mind's eye. The next item is detergent powder. Picture yourself trying to wash some clothes in the washing machine instead of the detergent powder. You have to put a pumpkin in the washing machine. As you start the washing machine, the pumpkin breaks into pieces and the seeds scatter all over the clothes. The next item is chocolates. To associate this item with the previous one, picture yourself adding detergent powder with the chocolates. Next item is milk. Picture yourself pouring chocolates into the milk. Next item is tomato sauce. Picture yourself milk is poured on tomato sauce. Next item is shampoo. Picture yourself shampoo is poured on your head. Next item is green peas. Picture yourself green peas suddenly start sprouting out of your hair. Before further continuing, just pause and review the association you have made so clear. Ninth item in the link is pastry. Start cutting into a pastry with a knife. Suddenly, a huge green peas plant sprouts out of the middle of the pastry. Next item is car polish. Picture yourself trying to clear your car with a pastry instead of car polish. 11th item is newspaper. Picture your car polish zooms out of the newspaper and polishes your face. Next, associate the newspaper with bread loaf. Imagine yourself trying to make sandwiches out of the newspaper instead of the bread loaf. Next is tea bag. Picture yourself a bread loaf into a teapot. 14th object is soap. Picture yourself washing your face with the tea bag instead of soap. Last item is eggs. Picture yourself eating a bar of soap out of an egg cup for breakfast instead of a boiled egg. Now, with these crazy pictures in your mind's eye, you will know the shopping list in sequence, both forwards and backwards. The third method is the peg method. In all the memory methods, you have observed visualization and imagery play an important role. What is imagery? You need to link something to something. For example, shoe. Shoe to something you need to link. That is imagery. That means your word pictures. Imagery is your word picture. Like mnemonics and link, the peg method also heavily leans on the power of visualization. In the peg method, we can remember telephone numbers, addresses in whatever order they are. Pegs are the powerful hooks on which you hang the information. Pegging is a difficult system and requires a lot of practice. In peg system, there are 4 methods. In peg system within, there are 4 methods. One by one I am giving now. Number 1, number rhyme method. This method is like nursery rhyme memorization. You have to build up pictures in your mind in which the numbers are represented by things that rhyme with the number and are linked to images that represent the things to be remembered. If we want to remember 10 unconnected items and want to recall them on demand in any order or out of sequence, you can recall them. It is like an instant notepad for a shopping list. The table I speak now will help you for learning the pegs. Pegs already we learned. Again I am giving some pegs. First number, then followed by object. Object is item. Numbers you have to link with objects now. We have already done it. Again I am giving you for practice. 1, 1, 2, shoe, 3, tree, 4, door, 5, hive, 6, sticks, 7, heaven, 8, gate, 9, wine, 10, hen. Try the exercise with your familiar pegs. Okay? I am giving one more table now. First is object to remember, item to remember, what item, what object you have to remember, then your familiar pegs. First object, then familiar pegs. Table, bun. For one, what is the peg word? Bun, no? Like that. Table, bun, salt, shoe, fish, tree, statue, door, computer, hive, telephone, sticks, bridge, heaven, carpet, gate, door, wine, newspaper, hen. Okay, objects, then peg words. Peg words how we have taken? 1 bun, 2 shoe, 3 tree, 4 door, 5 hive, 6 sticks, 7 heaven, 8 door, 9 heaven, like that, no? Peg words. So, objects we put one side, then peg words we put one side. Because peg words we already, one means one, okay, like that. So, peg words we learned, objects and peg words. This is the way how to learn. You memorize now stated objects and tell them by closing eyes. The sillier the image, the more effectively you will remember. The sillier the image. Okay? Number 2 in this method, number shape method. This method is similar to number rhyme method. In this method, you have to build up pictures in your mind in which the numbers are represented by images shaped like the numbers. Images shaped like the numbers. The number shape technique, when used in conjunction with the number rhyme technique, it can be a powerful technique to generate potent images that can hold to make well-coded mnemonics extremely effective. Let us see a practical now. Try the method already used. Already what exercise we did now. Try the same stated exercise, narrating again with the number shape technique. Number shape technique. Same thing we have done now, exercise. Same thing, that is number rhyme method. This is number shape method. Try again the same method, same objects used above. Try again in number shape method. Okay. Coming to number 3, alphabet method. Number 3 is alphabet method. Alphabet method technique is similar to but more sophisticated than number rhyme method. It works by associating images representing and cued by letters of the alphabet with the images representing the items to be remembered. In this alphabet method also, the image scheme is like the one I tell now. Okay. A, apple. B, bee. C, D, donkey. E, eagle. F, fan. G, jeans. H, hen. I, J, jail. K, cake. L, elbow. M, empty. N, entrance. O, wood. P, Q, R, S, Eskimo. T, teapot. U, unicycle. V, vehicle. W, wound. X, X-ray. Y, wire. Z, zebra. If you find these images don't attract you, change them for something more meaningful to you. The alphabet system is the most complex and difficult of the PEG system. In PEG system, we have seen now, there are 4 methods in PEG system now. Number rhyme, number shape, alphabet system. Number 4 we will discuss now. We will discuss now number 4, that is journey method within PEG. Journey method is based on the idea of remembering landmarks along the well-known journey. It works by utilizing your own familiar route through a journey. Along this route, you place the objects to be remembered. Do the exercises I speak now, I tell now. Okay? Mayor, police inspector, nurse, doctor, scientist, student. To remember these persons, imagine they are at different locations on your journey and recall them when you reach your destination on your journey. The exercise I speak now is done for you. Your wife told you the shopping list I speak now. Remember them by using any of the PEG techniques. PEG techniques I have given 4 now. Number rhyme, number shape, alphabet system, journey method. 4 now. Any one of the PEG systems, PEG methods use and remember them. I am giving the objects or items now. Coffee, salad, vegetables, bread, fish, chicken, eggs, fruits, oil, detergent powder. These are the items your wife told you to bring. Then what we have to do? Associate these objects or the items with your journey to the supermarket. Your mnemonic images therefore appear like the ones I speak now. When you open the front door of the supermarket, a coffee percolator is coffee maker. Coffee percolator sitting on the doormat. Okay, so this exercise you have to do now to improve your memory. So these are the memory techniques I have given. Okay, memory techniques: association, linking, pegging, mnemonics. Okay, rhyme number, rhyme shape, number shape, rhyme number, alphabet system, journey method. These are all the memory techniques. Okay, how to improve memory techniques I have already explained in this episode. Okay, there are powerful speakers like K. Shankar Rao from Vijayawada, Rajesh Murthy from Bangalore, Jai Simha from Hyderabad, Dr. B.V. Pattabiram from Hyderabad, Yandamuri Virendranath from Hyderabad, T.S. Rao, Dr. T.S. Rao from Vijayawada, Gamanam from Hyderabad. These are all professional speakers. Out of them, Jai Simha uses the memory techniques to increase your memory power. Okay, so these are the ways and means how to improve your memory. These technique you use for effective conclusion so that you can remember things, items, whatever very greatly in life. Before closing this lecture, I will give you 3 rules for success. Number 1, trust your brain. Number 2, trust yourself. Number 3, trust Konapareddy Hariprasad. You become winner in life. This lecture is dedicated to Buchi Reddy, who is my bosom friend. Thank you. Carpe diem.